All right, guys. So, what did everyone think of Halloween 1978? John Carpenter.
Well, I think we should specify what we're looking at. Actually,
Rob Zombie did it better.
Well, what we're doing is we're doing like a. This might be the first ever, though, right? Versus.
Yes.
First?
Yeah, first ever versus.
remake,
We're looking at the original versus the remake, and so Shane already blew his wad. We know where he stands on
It's all over the table. Just
it's
and then we're going to compare them both.
But let's start there. What do we think about it?
The first one we're doing is the original Halloween.
There it is.
And I don't care whether you like it or you don't. You cannot take the creativity and the masterpiece and the thought process of John Carpenter.
And it is
he is
originality.
He is a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Michael Myers is not one of my favorite characters.
No,
he's
my guy. Neither.
I truly believe
you, of course, would agree with Shane.
But what is Michael Myers?
It's because every movie he's ever watched, I've said it.
Oh, bullshit. No, but what is Michael Myers, though?
That's
what makes him awesome.
He is a smart
kid. No. I completely disagree.
Kind of leaves it open for interpretation.
Well, I mean...
There it is.
No.
Michael Myers is a smart killer.
I do.
All right, so
he walks into the building and he actually goes where he's looking at the whole thing.
If you're watching this show,
he's not Jason walking in and just slashing.
It's all about the psychotic, little kid that is brain fucked in the head, and he's probably one of those kids that can't feel pain. That's why he can get shot a few times, because that's actually out there.
I think he actually,
but he doesn't die, and that's what irritates me. But the one thing about you,
that's a good point.
Look. This is where you have to give John Carpenter the credit. John Carpenter killed him.
Yeah.
In part 2. Okay, Halloween was not meant to be Michael Myers.
No, part 3 it was going to start a run.
Yes, it was going to be different kind of movies, and he had a brilliant idea of what he wanted to do with Halloween. It's just fans got so pissed off that there was no Michael Myers in it. They brought him back. He died.
Yeah.
So he is human. They killed him in part 2. Yeah. He died.
The only reason they brought it back was the studios wanted the money.
I think he is so solely driven. That's why I'm not sure he doesn't feel pain. He has a single particular thing that he needs to accomplish, and he will do whatever it takes to accomplish that. And that's just
but that goes to the pain thing.
Except for one,
we have a lot of things we want to accomplish. I shoot you in your fucking arm, you're going to think about your arm.
No, I'm driven. I'm walking right there, and I'm getting that.
I'm going to get this task done.
And I'm getting that. I'm getting that fucking taco, Shane. How much you shoot me?
We know. We know. Listen, almost like the last episode where someone needs to pull their shirt down a little bit.
I know.
Just sit up straight. Why just sit up straight?
We wear dark colors so you can't see the boob sweat under the eyes.
Last night's episode or whatever episode, I'm like, damn, the camera really does add weight, because I'm looking, I'm like, shit, it looks like I ate me.
He said just the Shane, though.
Yeah, but Halloween, going back to the original Halloween.
All right, so the idea, right, was the shape.
Yes.
It was always, to me, it was always going to be almost a psychological horror more than anything. Lack of blood. The stalking.
Yeah. The suspense alone, the music is really what they said.
Music did a good job.
I appreciate, this is going to be weird to explain. Do not like The Mask.
Mask is amazing.
I do not like The Mask.
You don't like William Shatner Inside Out?
But I like that it's a William Shatner mask. So I like The Mask and I hate The Mask.
I love it.
It's fucking retarded.
I feel like y'all two right now. It's like Shane's like, it's up. He's like, fuck you, it's down.
Yeah.
I mean,
no matter what you say, I don't agree.
There's certain things and certain elements that I want in a horror movie,
and
the only thing it delivered was boobs. I do not believe the killer was as impactful as Leatherface.
Well, he was not supposed to be.
No.
He spent the time running with it, so...
He's the boogeyman. He is the absolute boogeyman.
And I love that idea.
You don't know why he's doing it. Why did he kill his sister? Why did he get locked up for 16 years? And why the fuck is he going after these people? And it's just fucking, it works.
No.
It does.
It absolutely
works. It delivers. And
you can't say it doesn't work.
You have no idea why he's doing it.
And it even touches on less is more, right? Because it's
not
like he's delivering some big great performance, right? I mean, the fucker's quiet as
That's
hell.
it.
He pops up in and out, and as a kid, this set the pace for horror for me. When I watched this,
I agree.
It was the suspense, it was the pop out.
It was the psycho. It's the mind games. That's what you play.
Opposite for me.
It's the mind games that plays.
I like
it. It is Because he has got a
killer,
chess
he
game
wasn't.
going out, but he is a determined MF, and he will get what he wants.
What's it?
What's he gonna?
I know.
Shut the front door.
Only
14
shirt,
shirt.
man. He's the balance. I love it.
So here's what we've got. You've got a psycho who's doing the Dexter crap. He's going in there. He cleans up the scene. The guy in the kitchen, what's his name? Bob?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dexter
Dude,
killed
douche!
guys.
And he's knifing. There's blood all over the floor.
And you just had sex.
And the next guy walks. The person walks in the back door. Where's all of it? Oh, Bob, Annie, where are you? No slipping on blood. There's nothing on the door.
nothing there.
He has
Killer.
cleaned up his stuff. All that's probably left is
Or
that
there
hole in the
was
door.
no blood because they didn't think about it.
Well,
They
you're-
didn't put it in there.
Or
And-
you're going to pull a
No.
warlock thing like he
Yes,
did.
I
and
was
there's
gonna say.
no squirting blood.
Then you're gonna kill the whole movie.
But he
needed
did everything with a plan.
Had some blood.
And he's already 3 steps ahead, except for the fact of what weapon these
So
people
he's
are
a
carrying.
criminal genius.
He is.
He picked
he's a
a
psycho
freaking-
sociopath.
No,
He
is
picked a
not.
headstone
no,
up out
no,
of the
no.
ground, dude.
I think he's a childlike creature, person, that only can think about a few things, and that's why he's going after.
That doesn't mean
That's
you're not a
right.
psycho or a sociopath.
He's
I just don't
simple-minded.
think he's that
simple-minded.
So the
fucking
question I
crazy.
always had
I don't
about the
think he's sitting
original-
there. No, so let's call
Okay.
Carpenter. Let's get
Here's-
behind the scenes, and then there's the edit. The scenes that he cut out is him with the mop going, getting the blood up, getting the blood up.
Hence the janitor jumpsuit.
Squeeze,
And
squeeze.
this is why we do
Yeah.
these reviews, because
That's it.
everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's an
No,
iconic movie.
Yes, and and he has his place in the horror, and I will always give Michael Myers the respect, the fact that he is a good killer that people respected. He's not the killer I want in a horror movie.
And what about the sense of humor?
ridiculously
You
strong.
can't tell me Michael Myers doesn't have a sense of humor to walk in on a naked chick wearing a bed sheet
Dude,
like
okay.
peanuts, wearing glasses,
Okay.
and then she's like, "Oh, Bob,
But I felt
here's
like-
these."
my beard.
And he goes like,
But I see now.
I
just think that he's-
I'm gonna differ on that because I felt that particular scene took away from the madness of Michael Myers. That shows actual intelligent thought outside of kill.
No,
I
see,
see-
that's
I
where
see where you say that.
I actually will disagree with that because look at him from the beginning of the movie with the mask on. He's all about
He's all about the
childlike
mask,
person.
yeah.
He's a child.
But-
creep.
Here's the problem I'm having
Mask
right now.
is
I've
that-
been thinking about this since the time we started. I think we're crossing up movies. You got to think back to 79, 78, whatever. We didn't know.
No, you had the Green River.
You
Killer.
watched the
You had a lot of
and we'll get to
serial
this. We'll get to
killers
this
all
later
the
because
time.
this is a versus episode. We'll get to this later. In my mind, I'm giving him justification for certain things based off of
What
Rob
Yeah.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
We didn't know.
Well, but
I
the deal
appreciate-
is no, you didn't know what you did. Loomis knew. Loomis knew.
Well,
who it
Loomis
was.
knew, but John Carpenter, or
And
when
he
we were
alluded
kids,
to that in that movie. You know,
that
he's
he
running around.
hides
that
his
he's-
face.
Yes, because he's a child. He doesn't want to be known. He wants.
So
to
you
be,
think the sheet thing
Yes.
just reiterates the fact that he's a
Really,
childlike
yes.
being? Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong
Uh,
as fuck, too.
Well, you know.
Lift a headstone out of the ground.
Exactly.
in both of them.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
he
he
lifted
did.
the headstone out of the
Hey,
ground.
hey,
He
so
held
but,
Bob up by his neck. What'd you say, Judge?
but
He had
then
a
why
car.
is he almost just like invincible?
Because the director fucking
No,
said so. That's why.
No,
It's a movie.
stop. Now you're putting the new shitty ass 3 movies that are coming out here recently. That makes
How
him.
Can't confuse them.
How often was
That's
he-
what he's doing. You're making it seem like you're taking John Carpenter's idea and making it completely. He's not invincible. He was hurt.
He was.
I truly believe that because of his mind and his determination, I think he kept going. He dies in Carpenter's Part 2.
Mhm.
He dies.
It's not
Okay.
really Carpenter's, though.
Yeah, I know, but
No.
it was Carpenter's ideas.
That goes with it.
Throughout
But no,
that
but
verse.
you're right
You know
though.
what I mean,
Right.
right?
Kill shots. How many were put on him? Do we know? But where? I mean,
We don't know where they were hit. He could have still survived those. I mean,
it's not like he literally
not,
blew his head off and you saw
you know, where
And he
in
still
this
got up,
the
yeah.
last what is it Halloween Kills where he was shot 45 times, beat 100 million times,
Stabbed
supernatural.
Back of
Yes.
the neck.
He's
So
supernatural.
it's like that's all they're trying to do. They're trying to steal Jason's idea
Right,
of being
yeah.
a deadite
That's what
because Leatherface did the same thing.
And see,
in the
remember,
last
because
one.
Jason was
Yes.
was
And we
dead out
talked
from
about
get go.
this.
Yes.
They ended the first one with him proving that he was outside of a human being.
Yes.
So-
Well, and they in the comics actually were pre a lot of those movies talking about Jason versus Ash versus Freddy that Jason is a deadite Okay, that's why he can do the things he's doing. That's why they made part 9. But in Halloween, I do not believe he's a supernatural.
Is there an explanation for it at all?
No.
See,
I think
Jason, you have an explanation of why he can come back.
Right.
Freddy, you have an explanation of why he can do what he's doing.
Right.
Leatherface?
No, he's human.
Michael Myers?
You don't.
I agree with this. So there had to be an end.
No, the explanation is that the studio wanted more money.
The studio. Well, and fans bitched because they wanted more Michael Myers. People.
And that's before the internet.
Well, and people want what they're familiar with.
If you're gonna make this movie,
something different.
All right. So to me, this is kind of fun. So if you're gonna make these movies, right, and you're a studio who has this idea to make a series of Halloween movies, which at that point in time hadn't been done, we got them all now. 1031. All these anthologies, Trick or Treat. We get all these movies now that are based on that. But back in the day, this wasn't a thing. So you had this idea. If they wouldn't have made 2, would have Halloween Part 2, Season of the Witch succeeded. If they had just left Michael Myers where
I think you're right.
Halloween 2 was heavily influenced by Stop.
Well, no, I mean just the fact that if they'd have left Michael Myers dead from 1 and then jumped to Halloween 2, called it Season of the Witch or whatever,
Yes,
and then
it would have been different. It would have been different.
But because you established 2 Halloweens under John Carpenter.
But Michael Myers was in Season of the Witch, so just so you know.
Yeah, because he was
Okay.
at the TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the
Anyway,
we got the remake coming up. So the Rob Zombie. So where do we stand on the original?
5.
Do you have any reason?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
it's fucking Halloween, Alan.
Even if you don't like the movie, if you do not like the movie, I guarantee that.
Yes.
You hear that theme?
That's
Sucked in.
iconic.
It's like Jaws.
That is the most like,
No,
I agree.
what did I say before Lance got here about Michael Myers?
This is a bitch.
No, if Michael
He's
Myers
Jason's
walked
bitch.
in, he would suck his dick before he killed you.
Again, yeah.
He's
All day.
I love that's my guy.
But you,
Michael Myers
you gotta
is my
understand,
guy.
you're a 5, but your influence is also. He's probably one of your favorites, if
Of all
not your
time.
favorite.
That's my first. That's probably
Yes.
my first serial killer.
So there's a different
The
impact.
nostalgia
to you.
thing. The nostalgia.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that's a
yeah.
factor.
It is
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I
And that
agree.
makes sense.
And it's also a factor.
And I can appreciate that.
Time and place.
But
Yeah.
people
Back
also
in
need to know why
78,
your
yes.
excitement is a little further.
I go back to
impacted
that
you.
time. Yes.
Right.
So
All right, Alan.
I mean, I love these kind of. They're iconic. I gotta give it a 4 because some of the suspense and everything. It builds. It stays the same, but there are the questions and there are the gaps.
Right.
And I can appreciate that because you have to fill it in somehow, and that's where the psychological stuff comes in.
I get it.
It's you play with your mind. Zombie filled in some of that. We'll get that later.
Right.
But so 4.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to give it a 3 because I am just not a Michael Myers fan.
Whoa.
The movie was.
I mean, we're all serious.
The movie was made, but I have too many questions, and my questions.
It's a
get in the way of
movie.
me
Watch
of
the movie.
enjoying it.
Enjoy it.
But it gets in the way of me enjoying it because it's what Mr. Hyde said. There's just too many gaps and things don't make sense. So
Okay,
respectable.
well,
It's respectable.
I got
look,
you.
well, the
Yeah,
deal
I
is I love John Carpenter, and I respect him in the industry. I will never take that away.
Yeah.
I also respect. I
Good
don't
for
like
John
Michael.
Carpenter.
I'm not a Michael Myers fan, but I
Same
also
here.
respect Michael Myers, and I respect what he did for the industry. This is not a go-to movie for me. This is not one I'm going to
Yeah.
watch a
I would
lot.
agree.
So,
It's a 3.
okay, I was gonna say
Absolutely.
that's not bad though, considering.
Wow.
Not bad.
It's
you
just
read
not a spectacular. I mean, it's not. I know where people stand when Michael Myers. I know the impact Michael Myers has, but you have to understand. I wasn't born in the '60s like Lance.
70.
Yeah.
His name was
I-
I'm
Moonchild.
with you. I'm with you.
Before he
But
was
the
Lancer
deal is-
Dancer, he was Moonchild
Look,
Lancer.
I grew up in the '80s. I got to watch people just being ripped apart. A woman sitting at a dinner table and her guts being fed to her.
And that's
you know?
that's growing up in
That's-
Midland.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So
That's not even
those-
movies.
when I watch a horror movie,
It is
you
a
know, that's what I was expecting to see.
The grit and the grind.
And even though I didn't see that in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a lot of Halloween isn't made without Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
No,
Correct.
it's the
You know,
slashers.
all this other stuff, and their impact, you know, and the deal is just a little side note on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Do you know why every one of those actors were terrified when they came across
They
Leatherface?
didn't know about it until
They
it was
never
shot.
saw him until they're shot.
That's awesome.
And see, that's another thing. And with his influence into these other movies is phenomenal. But I think Michael Myers and John Carpenter, that version of Halloween and part 2, because honestly, if you told me I only could watch, 1 or 2 for the rest of my life, it would be part 2.
2.
More brutal.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think he still deserves.
Hey,
some
shameless
respect.
plug though. When Alan got killed in Bud, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, by the way.
Yeah.
Which we're past that.
Go back to episode 6.
He
or
fell out of pure. Wasn't expecting it.
Dude, that was. I think I tripped on that. I turned around so fast. I was like looking for you.
See,
Like,
that's how it works in movies.
hell?
Though. It was legitimate shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, Troy.
I'm gonna go 5.
damn.
So this one for me, this was early into my childhood.
jumpsuit.
Now I didn't see this in the 70s because I was still too little. It was early 80s when I saw this, and as a little dude, it terrified me. It was the music, it was the suspense, it was the anticipation of what was going to happen. And was it a real gory movie? No, but this excited those. That what if, that suspense, the not knowing, because they didn't reveal a lot. I mean, it was some creepy dude that was quiet, but
PJ Souls for life.
it delivered. It delivered.
Well, the one thing, if you're a fan of the show, that you'll realize the trend is
the boogeyman is real.
Well,
yes, the boogeyman is.
Hey, check this out. The one thing you will realize,
Boy.
and when you watch our show in this trend, movies terrified Troy.
I did.
Yeah.
This terrified me.
Fan.
This terrified me.
Psychomania, for the record, did
terrified me.
I was able to
There's a lot of movies that
I was
terrify
able
me.
to sleep after 2 weeks. But you know what?
Well,
I go into these movies, and again, all these movies that we talk about, for a majority of them, I watched as a child. As a child, I was gullible. I didn't know anything outside of what I watched, and and I probably enjoyed them more because I bought into them.
so y'all know his wife is my sister. We watch horror movies forever.
If you didn't, you know now.
She also terrifies him.
My wife terrifies me.
Yeah.
Shit,
Every once in a while,
true.
she just puts the white mask on topless. He loses his mind. Can't handle it. No.
So
Jeff,
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4 because what movie? All right, if you're not us and you're just a random ass horror movie watcher, what movie do you put on Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween.
What movie draws the most?
Evil Dead 2.
Halloween.
Well, not us though. I'm just saying, but normal, like an everyday you put on Halloween because it is iconic.
I mean, they televised.
But it's in the title.
Saying.
I mean, how lucky were they to get that title?
Yeah,
Right? It's called Halloween.
It was like it
must be called
But the thing is,
Babysitter
I truly believe if he was allowed to do what he really wanted to do, who knows what we would have.
Right.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's it.
I mean, and so he helped the genre. I don't want to say he started the genre.
No,
he
but
helped the genre.
He helped the way.
Build it commercially.
Yeah.
To where it's
We had
at
Black
now.
Christmas. You had
Yeah, and
Texas
so
Chainsaw
you
Massacre,
get all these going, and I think that's why I give it a 4 is because it did so much for everything that's
And
involved.
I'll agree. The 70s really made the 80s where they're at, but the 80s made it better.
That jump start.
Yes, but it was the jump start. I don't think. I think you
wouldn't have
take
the 80s
yes,
without having the
without
70s.
the 70s.
Well, they didn't
Absolutely.
know that you could throw 47,000 pints of blood on the floor and everybody's cool with it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, they're like, we can't show that much
no,
blood.
Unless it's The Shining.
But there's a lot of, even
That's
in the
true.
80s, there's still impact. Silent Night, Deadly Night
Mhm.
was a #1 movie in the movie theaters, but
Yep.
everyone came out and protested it.
Right.
And it got removed from the theaters, and if it didn't, Nightmare on Elm Street would have been #1.
Right.
No
No,
one would have known about
You're
Nightmare on
right.
Elm Street.
No, you're right. I
Because-
remember reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Anyway, it's a 4. It's iconic. You can't go wrong with
Yeah,
it.
you do need
So-
to watch it. You need to
yeah,
watch
definitely.
it. So
This is almost like
it's almost if you haven't watched it, you don't watch horror movies.
Okay,
Right,
if you haven't
exactly.
watched it, you're probably not watching this.
Well, in my life, we watched it like the first time 5 years ago.
It's
She
the
laughed.
movie that gave us
But she
Jamie
enjoyed it.
Curtis.
Because she's an adult.
But
That's right.
this is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
precursor to what everybody likes. Same thing with music, right? You have that foundation that really gives that next step to the next genre, right? I mean, without that first album or two, you wouldn't have what you have today, and even past that,
So
you know,
you're
with all the
saying-
recent
so what you're
bands.
trying to say is Pantera's the best music group ever?
I wouldn't say they're the best, but
It's
I love
damn
them.
close.
That's what I heard.
But I love
That's
them.
what I heard.
Hey,
It's
Wait,
damn
who's
close.
That's what I
Pantera?
heard.
Psycho could have been the
That's it.
first.
That's that Mexican
It's-
band.
it's-
Her mom was in it.
Her mom was in
Yeah,
it.
her mom was in it.
Fucking
kinda
Lance
cool.
ruined our joke.
So,
Yeah.
Pantera's a
Okay.
Hispanic band.
Pantera's a Spanish.
next we'll.
Pantera.
So,
All
All right, so there we go.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's a wrap for the original. We'll come back with the
Yes.
remake.
All right.
Yeah, we'll come back here after all this. We'll come back and
Check it out.
we'll discuss the Rob Zombie version.
Well,
Our very
so-
first. our very first ever versus episode.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Stay tuned.
Enjoy the skit.
Would you just kill me already?
That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to let you know about your car's extended warranty.
Jeez, couldn't you have just called?
All right, I hope that y'all enjoyed the skit, and so we're back with Versus now, and we just had reviewed Halloween 1978 by John Carpenter. Next up on Versus, Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie.
Better version.
Unpopular opinions.
Before I can finish
Here
the
we
title,
go.
holy
Better
fuck.
version.
Let me just give him a star rating now.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Now I get a word in.
Absolutely.
Is it better because of the way it's shot? Because my perspective is
No,
the
look.
way it's shot and the perspective of it is a lot better because you have a lot more mobility and everything that you can do. The screenwriting was about the same to me.
No. I think, here's
Instead of filling
here's
the
the
gap.
reason I love Rob Zombie, is because Rob Zombie is a horror fan. He loves and does his research, and he's watched horror since he was a child.
I don't know.
Okay, and no, if you watch the movie, he did keep a lot of stuff the same as Carpenter.
Not really.
He did. There's elements that were the same.
He gave us way too much backstory.
Okay.
No,
I disagree with you.
I didn't need that.
I love
We
the
need the
backstory.
backstory.
I
Yes.
need the backstory.
I
need
love
the-
the backstory.
You need the fact that
I don't
he
think
can't-
you need it, but
Oh,
it
wait,
was...
wait. You don't like Rob Zombie?
No, I love Rob Zombie.
Oh, he just said he don't
Would
like
you have Rob Zombie's
I
rating?
just didn't need all the backstory.
Okay,
I'm saying.
go ahead, Troy.
No, I was just going to say, I don't think you needed it, but it was nice.
It is a
nice.
nice
It
have.
was
You
a
can have
nice
that
touch.
fallback.
Oh, and he
And
got to see a child beat.
Oh, so you should be good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like when you get to watch the behind the scenes. And so what happens is Rob Zombie has this behind the scenes with the background and all this stuff. But like you said, Troy, I think you don't necessarily have to have it. And the movie's still the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's still Halloween 2, he dies. I mean, everything's still the same. But having the background gives you a little bit more of insight into who Michael Myers could be, even though
Right.
Zombie being John Carpenter.
Well, to Lance's point,
verse.
how long do we have
Yeah.
masked Michael Myers in Halloween?
That is
What,
true.
30 minutes?
Right.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, so there's that.
That's
but
right.
I love the backstory, and maybe we love it because we've seen the original.
Yeah, I was
think
going to
that's
say,
yeah.
but
You know, like,
now
like
you're
us,
just-
you're building the
and
mythos.
you're
when you
elaborating on what
realize
was done,
how he's
so.
a killer. He's
Exactly.
a psychopath.
And you get to see him as a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally break.
And it makes sense in this one because you get to see the full character development.
Yeah. Yes,
He was
yeah.
bullied. He was abused at home. He had no friends.
Blah,
That's
blah,
a recipe for disaster.
With the great John Forsythe.
That's right.
Will.
Yeah.
Will.
But you know what,
But
on this
now
one,
Either way.
you almost can, and so now you almost cheer for him in the movie because you understand why he is the way he is, and so you can sympathize with him. But in the first one, you can't do that.
especially with the bullying scene, like you
Yes.
were rooting for him when
Yes,
that
and he
kid
kicked
was
the
getting
bully's
fun,
ass.
like, You know what? That motherfucker deserved
And also,
Deserved
for
it.
those of you out there in the unrated version, there is a horrible scene, and Michael beats the shit out of him. So you cheer for him again.
I'm gonna do the
Michael's
Lance.
a hero. He's
I'm
an
gonna
anti-hero.
pull a Lance right now.
No,
But
you're gonna dance?
look at all the actors that were in this movie, though. Why do you like this
No, but
movie?
for
There were
real,
so
though.
many.
Yeah.
There's
But for real.
Sid
You know,
Sid Howard.
Clint Howard, D. Wall.
Yeah,
I mean, come
yeah.
on.
Luke Temple.
yes,
The guy from Children of the Corn.
yes,
And Sherry.
yep.
Amazing.
Well,
She's in a rom-com
hey,
movie.
hey,
How does that happen?
Here's this one. This one is probably for Alan only. The kid, Tommy, right,
Mhm.
is from Psych.
He is. Yeah, I call that. I did catch that. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I loved because I love the gore, I love the effects, I love the storyline of learning who Michael Myers was.
And bring back
And-
Danielle Harris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's
And
playing? Who's 30, playing 19, right?
In my opinion, improved
So
on
good for
Danielle Harris because 4 and 5 they fell off.
Oh yeah.
They fell off because that's the cover issue. You look at the cover in part 4, good cover.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the mask, you're like,
They didn't do good on the mask.
They didn't do good on the mask.
So I like
But-
the fact. Spoiler though, alert. I like the fact that they didn't kill Danielle Harris. Almost like it was a thank you
Didn't kill Annie.
for being in
Oh.
4 and 5. You know,
Right.
like we're not going to kill off you because you set the table already.
Right.
You know.
Well,
so-
I don't think he killed her because he wanted her sister to be. It's
So-
easier to capture someone that I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
So now when I watch this movie, I get to ask these questions because I can't do it to my wife. My wife's like, I fucking know. You know, so, but you
I don't
guys
know, I
might.
don't care.
Or your opinion. Yeah, exactly.
I'll mute that part.
Or your opinion. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so do you think he was going to kill her before she stabbed him?
I don't.
I don't think he was.
I don't
No, I don't think so.
Because
That
that,
much thought into it, to be
that's one
honest.
thing I kind of disagree with some of the Halloween. I don't think, like I said before, he's a methodical guy.
Yeah.
He's going for the kill. Giving him a reason not to kill somebody.
It goes back to him sitting
But-
on the
but when
front
you look
porch
at all the-
holding her.
Hey,
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
And he was trying to tell her,
Yeah.
look, this is me and you.
I think it was
Right.
Michael. I think it was Rob Zombie giving Michael Myers a little heart.
And then she
Which is
stabs
fine.
him. Yeah, then
Because
she
the killer
stabs
has
him
a
and
weak
she's like,
spot. So-
she's like, fuck you.
Like, what's that
Yeah.
stupid book we had to read in school? With the oversized dude, of Mice and Men?
The
Yeah.
Mice and Men,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's that
Kinda,
situation.
yeah, a
You
little
know,
bit.
look at the flowers, Lenny. Look at the
yeah.
flowers.
Yeah, bam,
But,
yeah.
I mean, but that's it though. I think
Stupid movie.
Until she stabbed him,
I think he was.
He
trying
was-
to- He was trying to, because he showed her the picture.
right?
Yeah.
That's
He's
me.
trying to be somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he hadn't spoken in like 18 years, so I mean, that might hurt your voice a little bit. But he could have said, done something.
Well,
John, love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not kill you.
well,
Mike,
and it
not
was the
stab.
only impact for him, her, and his mom.
Yeah.
Because that one guy, what's his name? The
Stepdad.
guy that's in Devil's Rejects 2. and,
William Forsythe.
No, Devil's Rejects 2. He's also in 3 from Hell. He dies in 3 from Hell, gets shot by Otis.
Oh, Daniel Trejo.
Yeah, Trey.
Danny
Trejo,
was
yeah.
so kind to him.
Yeah, and he killed him flat
Still
quicker than her.
Yeah.
Said I was good to you.
Threw a TV
Yeah.
I
on
was
him.
good to you, Mikey.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You see, and that
you're
was
so
uncalled
fucked.
for, and
Yeah.
that is
You're so
Rob
fucked.
Zombie.
You know,
That is
it
Rob
was.
Zombie shit.
It was.
And that's how he just does things bad, because when he
No.
does things, yes.
No, he didn't do it bad.
good.
He was showing
I
a
was-
family tie.
It was
Oh,
good.
That's what it was. I think he killed Danny Trejo because it didn't go deep enough. It didn't go far enough back. Yes, he was nice to him.
Yeah.
Ishmael, I think is what his name
Ishmael.
was. And but he was nice, and I felt for the guy, kind of like when you're watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and the preacher guy gets, you're like, damn, that
Yeah.
sucks.
yeah.
So, yeah, but I think it wasn't. I think it was
That
a
is
tie
true.
to family.
Because you actually look like the preacher.
Actually, he did a little Harvey Keitel look over there. Yeah.
You give him a little devil horse and little Nicky going on. But I think that was probably, in my opinion, it was cute for Rob Zombie to do.
So would you say
And
that?
I don't think he should have given the reason for Michael Myers to hold back.
Yeah.
He was
I would agree.
vicious
I would agree.
killer.
So
I mean, he's a
Yeah.
killer. That's what
Yeah,
you're
he is.
anticipating.
He's a machine.
That's what you expect.
and the reason he's a machine is because he has been broken.
Well,
Right.
and I had a
Now
friend
his mom
a
is
long
fine
time
because she
ago.
died. She killed herself.
I had a friend tell me when we
Plot
watched the movie, he goes, when they taped up his stepdad, I'd have woke up. No, I've had friends that
No,
we
dude.
painted all black on
No,
a
yeah,
back.
I've been there
Homeboy
for
was-
one of those.
Homeboy was pretty sure on Percocet and a 6-pack of
Oh, he was
Schlitz.
out.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
12-pack. He was
We've
out.
taped guys
Yeah.
to shelves.
Yes.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna walk. He ain't gonna
True
walk
story.
He ain't gonna
True
walk.
story.
But I mean, the thing is, though, I think I agree. I think it takes away the original Loomis's idea, and even Miss Loomis's idea before he was hippie Loomis for a little bit.
Right,
He's
yeah, he was.
fantastic, by the way.
Like
Yeah,
a gal with long
You know,
hippie hair.
anyway, yeah, he's dead behind the eyes.
Yes.
But he's not. He wasn't original Loomis because he was not stoppable, or
Right.
original Halloween until he was unstoppable. This one, he was not so dead behind the eyes because he still had an affinity for his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And my
So it
question
takes
how
away the
does he know
machine
which
problem.
was his sister?
That,
You just know.
but that's been the question. That's been the,
that bond.
that's been the question from the original to this one. How do you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Which
not
they're
from the
not.
start.
They're not brother and sister.
Because the director.
Well,
the
said so,
original,
that's why.
there wasn't
Yeah.
any family tie.
Right. So that's so confused. That does get
No,
confusing.
she was adopted out same way. In the
No, they
original.
they
I don't
covered that in
remember that.
part 2.
Did they cover part 2?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't cover anything about it.
See, I'm crossing them up there.
Yeah,
Either way.
Yeah,
You can leave.
and
That's why. That's the difference. Is that Zombie goes for it in part
Yes.
1.
Yeah.
Didn't go for it in part.
Yeah.
That's right. And I have a bit of a side note. I liked his transition of mask. How
I do too.
the kid mask that he was wearing, and then just before he breaks out of the hospital, he has that pumpkin mask that's on.
Yep.
I liked how Rob had introduced the transitioning. Of
It shows his mind breaking.
Yes.
Completely.
And I
Yeah.
thought that
And
was
he's changed.
badass.
He's got all these different facets.
Mhm.
Yes.
Kind
I
of
agree.
like stages in his life.
That was
I guess.
pretty
Yes. Yeah.
Also-
Good point, Jen.
Yep.
On the kid that gets killed with the club by the young Michael Myers.
Yeah.
That's one of the Spy Kids.
Junie.
Oh,
And then
Now I got a
Junie-
reason to like
Yeah.
Michael Beatney.
Never
That's
seen
I haven't seen him since. I don't know if he's acting anymore.
So.
He took a big old
Say in the
beating.
comments.
Yeah.
When that kid was getting beat, though, I gotta say, I was like, man, just stop. He's learned his lesson, but then I'm like,
I was
Michael Myers is probably no.
I was reading
Either
for
I
him.
go all the way, or I have a witness.
But again,
Yeah.
that's
'Cause
that's
he
the
calculates
delivery
that stuff.
of the script,
Right.
the writing, that character. I mean, you
Well-
buy into it. You're rooting for Mikey at that point
Yeah.
because that son of a bitch had it coming. All the shit that he was talking, he's like, "Oh,
Exactly.
please don't hurt me."
It was just a stair
Stop."
step to becoming who Michael Myers was.
It was.
Well,
Absolutely.
I also like the whole development of him killing
With the
animals and
animals.
stuff like that. 'cause
That was pretty
how
sick,
they
but
say
that's how
people
it works.
start.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
would
they
almost
start.
even
Yeah.
say this one was. I mean, I know it's a remake of Halloween, but it was. I mean, same story, but it was almost a different story, right?
Yeah.
It was more thought.
Yeah.
And it was so.
There was more thought.
This one
There's more
wasn't,
detail.
More detail.
Obviously, I'm
was
an adult
detail.
now, and things still scare me. But
Yeah.
this one didn't terrify me. But man, I like this one because it was just.
It was
It was Rob
brutal.
Zombie, right? It was
Yeah.
brutal. It was gritty. It was in your
Oh, it was
face.
so
Yeah.
fucking
Man,
brutal.
full
Full
frontal
frontal
nudity.
nudity.
He's always like he always has full frontal nudity.
I appreciated the grit and the grime on this one more than the first one. That was the one thing that I did enjoy more on this one.
I agree.
Was just the in your face brutality, the the gore, the grime.
Yes.
I mean, this one was just
Yes.
fucking hardcore.
It was Grindhouse.
It
That's
was
what Zombie
brilliant.
does.
It
You
was
expect
brilliant.
it and you appreciate it with
You
this
do,
movie,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Well,
For sure.
people
Basic.
hate the second one he did, but understand that he didn't want to do a second one. He
So
wanted-
it's kind
he
of
didn't-
like a fuck you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
get
said
it.
you're not going to get the rights unless you do a second
But
one.
what about the parallel between same thing happened in the John Carpenter in the first one? He just wanted to make the first one. That was it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And then they said,
yeah.
"Oh, let's do part 2." He does it. Same thing with Zombie. Just want to make the one.
Shit.
And then they
Except
said,
this difference is I would watch Halloween 2, the original.
Rosenthal.
Yeah, Rosenthal. I will not watch Rob Zombie's part 2.
I love
Nah.
part 2.
Really?
The opening scene in the hospital.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nah.
Lance has been removed from this show.
Man, there's a lot of removals going on here.
Shane was
lately.
fucking voting people off
He's
the
gonna be sitting
island.
by
I was
himself.
gonna say, before you know it, it's gonna be the.
It's gonna be all puppets.
Yeah.
Sawdust brain.
It's just gonna be all puppets.
Jed is no
Puppet
longer
Shane.
with us. My name is Bob.
Cool.
All right, well, there you go. Rank it out.
All right, man.
My rating 5.
I didn't.
Damn, so you
expect
went
that.
5 to 5 on the verses.
I love it.
I didn't
I love
expect that.
I don't like so much backstory. Other than that, cast is amazing, shot beautifully.
Gore phenomenal.
Of course, the what? Ugh!
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
was aggressive.
I love Michael Myers in that one.
All right.
I'm gonna hit it with a 4 again. Both of them about this. Both of them about the same, but mostly just because I do appreciate the backstory and I appreciate a zombie.
Yes.
That grindhouse effect of he He punches you in the gut about 20 minutes after the movie starts, and it just rolls. That's it. It just keeps rolling.
Right.
So
That's a good point. And it's going to be a 4 for me as well, because I love the detail that he put into the film. I love how it shows him transitioning through mask. It's intense. It's in your face, and it makes you a Michael Myers fan. He is not my favorite, but
Rob Zombie doesn't.
Rob Zombie will make you like him.
I agree with that. I know you said 20 minutes in.
no, I'm guessing.
But it was sooner than that when he cuts that rat's throat. And
Yeah,
Well, that's when it started, but yeah.
He's like,
Elvis
he goes, so, the rat's name died.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, we'll get you
you
another rat.
killed the
You
fuck
little
out that
lying
rat.
motherfucker.
Well, that part didn't punch me in the gut because
Yeah.
I kind of expected because I know who
But
Michael
that's where
Myers
I was
is.
like,
Right,
okay,
right.
this is going to be a different kind of.
Definitely.
That's right.
Yeah,
I knew it.
You know,
Right then.
and I would say if someone remade Halloween and kind of made it the same way with more intense, I would give it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that there was a Rob Zombie flair, because this is the Rob Zombie I love, and what he adds to it, it's a 5 all the way for me.
That dirtiness, that grittiness.
Yes, I mean uncomfortable sometimes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I get it. So I'm gonna go 4 because it was a versus, and I gave the original a 5. So I'm gonna go 4 on this one. Really, not a lot to take away. Again, I gave it a 4 just because I favor the original. Without the original, you wouldn't have Rob Zombie's version. But again, I mean, you've got the Rob Zombie, punch to the gut. It's just gritty, it's dirty, it's filthy. You want to take a shower, get a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got that feel to it. So
That's 31.
I give it a 4, and I think I even saw this one at the movies
More's the same.
with Fallon, and she enjoyed it. And
Just the one
she,
we
I
gotta stick
think,
that in there.
her comment on this one was, "Holy crap, that was intense!" I'm like, "Yes."
Cool. All right, so everybody that does speak Spanish, he rated it a 4. He said it's very aggressive, very gory.
That's a quattro.
Stupid.
That's a quattro.
Quattro, isn't that
I'm
counting?
gonna give it a cinco. No, it's a 5 because look, it's a 5 because the homage back to the original. All the actors involved in it. I do love that actually, that part of it, and the brutality of it, and it builds on the mythos. Did it go a little too deep into it? Maybe, like in time frame wise, but I feel better knowing that the transition in the masks, like you were saying. You watch him break to the point to where he no longer talks
Yes.
and then stabs the nurse, and at that point,
Game on.
he is Michael Myers that we all know moving forward.
I think it
No
was a
looking back.
nice elaboration on,
Yes.
you're not just frame for frame copying it, you're adding to the story, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you just see it going downhill from there, and that's why it's a 5.
I'm curious what Carpenter thinks of it.
He hates it.
He
Does he really? Have you read that?
They're not friends, I don't think. I think they play like they're friends, but I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
they're
not
friends.
You would think, that was, flattery. That's
To me, there was a big tribute.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah, I
tribute.
mean,
Because he was scene for scene on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
He could change a lot of that.
yeah,
Names
like
even.
the
They did.
ghost
Yeah.
and the.
I mean, I said there's an honor there to the original.
I would
He
think
didn't
so.
like he just blew right past the original and said fuck Carpenter's version.
Yeah.
He gave it back and then added his own little twist.
Carpenter's way more on board with the new 3. With the new 3 movies.
because it doesn't explain like this one.
he's
No,
more.
the thing
he's more
is like
involved.
I liked the what was the first one of the 3?
Just Halloween.
Just Halloween.
Yeah, I think it was just.
I thought it was fun, and it was good, and it had brutal. It was the last one, shit.
I think they dropped the ball. Anthony Michael Hall as
Yes.
Tommy.
Yeah.
They should have brought the real Tommy back.
that would be
Right.
That would have been
right,
neat. He still
yeah.
acts, I think. So
Yeah,
that would have been
been
neat.
way
Oh, that
better.
would've
Way
been cool.
But it didn't have an impact for me.
I'm still going to see the new one when they.
No,
All right.
well, the thing is I'm actually still going to see
Well, then
it.
maybe one day we'll have a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, there you go.
I do 1, 2, 3,
and then we'll do it in reverse. I'll give it a 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. There it is. There it is. All right.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
So that's it.
We
Yeah.
want your opinions out there.
Yeah,
Let us
and
know
give us
what
your
you
opinions.
think.
Yes.
Original versus
this is
remake.
our first ever full-on versus episode, original
Yes.
versus remake. I'm
Why'd
sure
you
we'll have
like it?
a lot more coming up.
We'll have
in
some more fan ones too.
future episodes. If you want us to review a movie, put it in the comment section for us. We can pick it and review it. We had some great fan reviews earlier in a couple earlier episodes, and so y'all keep throwing it out there to us.
We got some more fan picks coming up in December too.
Yeah,
there you go.
Some autographs that are going to be auctioned off.
And speaking of autographs, Sheridan Authentics, they are a big sponsor of HorrorLand Television. Go check them out for like all of your autographs. And like Shane was saying, these guys are on point with, or he's on point with what he does. And you'll see there at the end of the show. Go check them out, man. Dude, good guys. They're helping us give back to the community. Like we always say, we hit a lot of different parts of Texas as a group, and they're helping us accomplish one part of what we wanted to do, which was give back. So Sheridan Authentics, go check them out.
Every drop matters.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yep. Notifications.
Yep.
Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
And first person to donate $500, Alan will shave his beard.
Oh!
Oh, shit!
We need the money.
Show me the money!
All right, guys.
His wife's on there going, I got it.
Show me the money.
All right.
Adios.
Notification, we just got the 500.